Hello everyone, welcome back to Football Pundit. Today we are going to analyze the match between Manchester City and Manchester United. Even without actually dominating the game, Manchester City put 3 past Manchester United with some impressive performances from Haaland, Foden and Donnarumma. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Now, according to me, I think Ruben Amorim is going to sack himself. And most of the people are saying that he will get time till Christmas and then the club will finally take a call. But I don't think that is going to happen. If he continues the same run of form and the same strategies that he is trying to implement, I don't think that he will last more than the next international break. For me, the problem came from the lineup itself. So if you see, what he tried to do was, he was already lost Mount due to injury. He doesn't have Cunha. So what he could have done is, in place of playing Ahmad, he could have played Bruno as the number 10. Bruno is one of the best number 10 out there in the world of dying number 10s, because now everybody tries to play it with 2 number 8s and number 10 is slowly going away from the game. However, on that contrary, Amorim likes to play with 2 10s, and having the best number 10 out there in your club, your captain, you're putting him deep into midfield, which doesn't suit Bruno at all. He likes to play in an advanced role where he can create those chances, make those passes, give those throughs, and that is where he's good at. But what Amorim did, he played Bruno with Ugarte, and I think this is where he made the first mistake. Now what it did, it gave United a lot of positions, because Bruno can carry the ball, Bruno can build up the play, he can do all those things, but his main core qualities of shooting, putting that particular pass, putting that through ball, putting that cross, he cannot do it from staying deep in his own area. Now what it did was, it gave United first 15 to 20 minutes more control of the game, and maybe more control in the second half and later in the first half as well. But City were quickly able to adapt and understand what Manchester United were really trying to do. So they gave Manchester United a bit more possession. City, who were in their worst run of form, they have already lost 2 games, and they didn't want to go and control the play of the game by staying high in Manchester United's area just to be hit on a counter. So what they did was, they used the transition play and allowed Manchester United to take the ball, control a bit of the tempo, and they themselves would do a counter attack on United, which is what United used to do with City and most of the other teams used to do with City. But it was the absolutely opposite in this game. Now if you see the stats, Manchester United had 55% possessions, 501 passes to City's 430, with a passing accuracy of 83% to their 81%. So this gives you an idea that Manchester United were the one who were controlling a bit more of the game, but it was City who were clinical, who were putting those transitions play, putting those counter attacks and hurting United in that build-up. The first goal comes from a brilliant play from Doku, where he dribbles past a couple of United players on their D-line and then puts in the first cross, which is actually blocked. And then he gets the second chance to put in a cross again. And then if you see here, he puts the cross perfectly for Foden, who is completely unmarked. So nobody is marking a midfielder who is running in the penalty area trying to head the ball. You can see there are 4 Manchester United players who are surrounding it. Maybe Shaw could have gone to it, Bruno could have gone to it. None of them reach the ball before Foden does. And he absolutely has a free header only to point it towards the goal, which gives Manchester City the 1-0 lead early in the game. Then the second goal that Haaland scored, this again comes from Manchester City's brilliant play and some defensive errors from Manchester United. Haaland throughout the game was getting through on goal every now and then, which was due to the defensive errors and positional unawareness from Manchester United defenders and midfielders. To be honest, I didn't even notice Ugarte on the pitch. I'm not sure what he was doing. He is just not good enough for Manchester United Football Club. Now with Haaland as clinical as he is, he scores from here and makes the score 2-0. Now this comes again from a defensive error from Manchester United, where they were trying to control the ball in Manchester City's area, but they lose position. Shaw gives a wrong pass, and I'm not even sure how is Shaw still playing for Manchester United. He is just not good enough. I think let's leave it for later. But he makes that mistake. Manchester City quickly raise a counter attack with Haaland running through on goal. And you know who is trying to block him? It's Harry Maguire. He is never going to catch Erling Haaland, and he finishes off this move in style, making his second goal of the game and Manchester City's third. Again, defensive errors, lack of positional awareness, losing the ball written all over this goal. Nothing to take away from the finish. I think it's absolutely brilliant finish, but lot of defensive errors which led to this. Now he could have easily scored a hat-trick if he would have not missed this chance, and I'm still not sure how he missed this, but he did, which is good for United, because then it would have been a hat-trick for him. The other thing that I didn't like from Manchester United was, you already have Mainu. Why not use his talent? He is exceptional. Yes, he's young. Yes, this is a big game, but he has already showed you that he can perform in big games in the past. So just pick him up. When Mainu came, Manchester United started controlling the ball a bit better, trying to make those chances. He was trying to build that play. But what did Amorim do? When your team is tonal down, you make defensive substitutions. So you take off Euro and bring Harry Maguire. Make it make sense. After spending so much of money and talking so much about the tactics and everything, just like sometimes what Arteta does, is at the end of the day, you are getting Harry Maguire so that you can put in those crosses and just keep your fingers crossed that Harry Maguire hits one of them in. I mean, I really don't understand these substitutions. He should have brought in Mainu much sooner, should have brought in Casemiro and freed up Bruno to go and play that role that suits him. But yeah, what do I know? Now with that, Haaland has scored more Premier League goals than Didier Drogba in 153 less games. He already scored 5 against Moldova with 2 assists, and now he has scored a brace again. He has scored 7 goals in this week. Absolutely wild. Haaland has now also scored 50 home Premier League goals in 50 games. Only Alan Shearer has done it faster. Haaland did it in 50 games and Shearer did it in 47. Now this is going to hurt Manchester United fan, because Erling Haaland has now 11 goal involvements in the Premier League Manchester derbies than Wayne Rooney, who had 9. And Rooney played 21 Premier League Manchester derbies, and this is Erling Haaland's 6th derby. He is in another league. Now Pep Guardiola has now taken charge of 600 top flight league games as a manager, 446 wins, 85 draws and 65 defeats, with a win ratio of 74.3%. Staggering performance. On the other hand, Ruben Amorim has a win percentage of 25.8% in the Premier League for Manchester United, with 8 wins, 7 draws and 16 defeats. This is a sackable form, if I'm being honest. But it's just that Manchester United have backed him so much with the players, with the funds. They really want to make sure that before they sack him again and try to get a new manager, they give him all the time that is required. And this stat is shocking as well. Ruben Amorim has now won 4 out of 26 games in the Premier League against non-promoted teams. I mean, these stats just keep getting worse. And the whole thing around, we don't have the players, I need more players. I mean, you can try to do a much better job with the players that you have. Okay, there are players that you would not like to have in the club. There are players who cannot win you the league, but there is no excuse in getting the players' performances improved. Amorim can really make them start ticking if he starts utilizing the players' attributes, not trying to play his system, not trying to use those tactics, but try to play which will suit the players and will be an advantage to the players. So like Bruno, play him in number 10 where he actually flourishes. Play a system that really suits most of your players rather than trying to do what you did in Sporting, and I think that worked perfectly for you. But since that is not working in Manchester United, try to get those changes in. And I know some of the players have not helped the result, some of the players are not performing as you want, but still I don't believe that there is an excuse that he cannot get more out of this team. If he just tweak the tactics, try to play with the player's strength, I think the results will start improving massively. Now Haaland joined Napoli and he already scored. He's in the club which is at the top of the league. Onana, who made his debut, he was the highest rated player on the pitch against Fenerbahce with an 8.7 rating. He faced 29 shots, made 8 saves, 4 inside the box, and had an 1.76 expected goals prevented. Make it make sense. Now Manchester United have 4 points after 4 Premier League opening games. This is the worst start to their league campaign since 1992-1993 season. In the post-match conference, when he was asked difficult questions, Ruben Amorim said that I accept it is not a record you should have at Manchester United. There are a lot of things you have no idea what has happened. I mean, tell us, just tell us. There are a lot of things that the fans, the club has been demanding of you which have not happened as well. How about that? But I'm not going to change my philosophy. I play my way and I'm going to play my way. Sesko didn't had a good start to the season. There is a lot of pressure on him. And when Amorim was asked about how Sesko is doing, he said he's going to feel that he is in the strongest league in the world we can help Sesko to use his qualities, but it will take time. And to be honest, Manchester United and Ruben Amorim don't have time. They need to start getting these players ticking. And the best way to do that is Amorim not playing your tactics, but playing a style that suits the player, takes advantages of the player's attribute that you already have. Ruben Amorim added that my message to the fans is that I'm going to give everything. I'll do everything, always thinking about what's best for the club. That was always the message. And then it's not my decision, the rest. So until I'm here, I'll do my best. I really want to win games, so I'm suffering more than them. So this was my 2 cents on the Manchester United's performance. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. What do you think about this game? And do you think Ruben Amorim will get the time till Christmas if the same run of form continues for Manchester United? I don't think so personally. Do you think that it is Ruben Amorim's stubbornness which is causing these kind of performances? Because I think if it starts making small tweaks and starts playing on the strength of the players, I think the results will improve massively. But do let me know your thoughts. With that, the video is then and there. Don't forget to like and subscribe. This helps your brother and the channel grow. And I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.